All right. This looks much worse, but hopefully this can get fixed. All right. That was stupid on my end, but yeah. We're back. We'll see we'll see how this goes. All right. Cool. Cool. Well, I will now get to figure out the YouTube dashboard. What's up, Preston? How are you? That's crazy. I can't believe that happened. Preston, were you in the other stream? Bruh. The one I was doing right before this one. Because I was quite literally in the middle of the stream. I was answering someone's question, and then my phone died, and so it cut off the stream. Well, hold on. Let's see. Let's see what this does. I'm curious now. So that my phone died. Okay. Oh, yeah. I can resume. Oh, sweet. Cool. I guess we're dual streaming now. All right. Let's see how it goes. All right, you guys are gonna have to tell me how this goes because I have two lives going. I have the one that just ended because my phone died, and now I have this one here on my computer. So you guys tell me how this works out and how this shapes out. I know the camera quality sucks on my computer. I can see that, but I don't know what I don't know why I know why that happened. I let my phone die, but I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so now we're dual streaming. We're seeing how this goes. Apparently, Preston, you didn't even know I was live streaming. Yeah, man, I was live streaming before this one. Fazio, what's up? How are you? William, is this the other side of the room? No, you're still looking at the exact same thing. Why am I? Why am I like green in my computer? That's crazy. It's a little trippy, but it's okay. It'll work out, I guess. Let's see. There's someone saying I look like Stray Kids. Okay. Preston, it depends on what you need help with, but potentially. I also may not be the best person to ask, but potentially. All right, so let's do this. Will it let me? It will let me hear this. Okay, cool. Interesting. All right, well, let's see how it goes. We'll figure it out. I mean, at some point, I was gonna try dual streaming, but I guess today's that day, just because my phone had died. Alright, so let's move this over here, put those down, bring these up, or yeah, cool. Let's do actually, can we do this and this? Cool, cool. No, don't do that, computer. Okay, here's this. And then is this going to work? That'd be cool if it did. It works. Sweet. All right. So we got live stream on my computer. We got live stream on my phone. Okay. Uh, so Habe, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But what's up? You're from Pakistan. Very cool. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see. What did I miss? Jonathan. That's okay. Yeah. Sorry. Ramune, I'm sorry you had just joined and then my phone died, so the stream had ended for you. But I'm sorry. I hope hopefully you can forgive me. But it looks like it's back up now. We're up and running. But yeah, it's crazy. But let's see. Hungry Garfield, how's my night? Well, as you can see, I was scrambling for a little bit just because my live streams were messing up and doing everything every which way. But we figured it out. We should be good for now. So should be good to go. So that was interesting. But besides that, I got to play tennis tonight. So that was fun. And yeah. And then we got here. We were doing the stream. We're having a good time. And yeah, that's it. That's it. And now we're figuring out dual streaming apparently. But all right. Elijah, what do you mean? Can I check your channel? What's good, Danny? How are you? Preston, you figured I would know what to do? This is sounding a little more ominous, Preston, but depending on what it is, I might be able to help. Let's see. Danny, I'm doing good, man. What's going on? Let's see. What do I do for a hobby? For hobby, it's mainly tennis, and as you said, not besides stream. Mainly tennis. That's my big one, and then I also am a avid fan of video games. Very good, very very fun time for me. But every so often, I'll do some reading, do anything like that, or whatever. Uh, yeah, but we just hobby wise, not really too much besides tennis and YouTube. Those are like my two big ones right now. Sometimes I'll do musicals, so like I'll do musical theater or something like that. Just if there's a show that I want to do. But yeah, something like that. Stuff like that. Jonathan, welcome back. Thank you. Appreciate it. Elisha, your channel only has one video. What about it? About everything? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Fan, let's play tennis. All right, win, Jonathan. And then we gotta find out when we could actually do that. Let's see. Okay. So Preston, so basically it says you need 50 subscribers to stream and you have these subscribers. You verified your account and everything, but still won't let you stream. What do I do? Um, are you trying to stream on your phone, Jonathan? Or are you Preston? Are you trying to stream on your phone or are you trying to stream on like a computer or something? Danny, early morning tennis or late night? Late night tennis all the way. I just got home from playing late night tennis. I played from 8 to 10. Big, big late night tennis fan. So much better than early morning, in my opinion. Danny, nice. You playing an orchestra? Very cool. What instrument you playing, Danny? Same fan. Which player is the most talented yet underachieving one? Underachieving ever? Same Danny orchestra. Nice. Uh, you could. I think a lot of people would argue ceiling fan. I think a lot of people would argue that the most talented yet underachieving player is Alexander Zverev, solely for the fact that he has not won a Grand Slam yet. That's it. He, on paper, should have won a Grand Slam by now. He is one of the best player. I think they gave him the name the best player to not win a slam or to have not won a slam yet. So it's arguably him, and then some people would also make the argument for Nick Kyrgios too. So it's probably one of those 2 in most people's opinions. Alright. Fazio, you're in the other stream, you commented. Fazio, what are you doing? I was about to answer. I didn't get to see what you wrote. You said something about the Dunlop FX something, and then you just took it away. Why, man? I was just getting to it. I'm trying to figure out how to do both, bro. I'm sorry. Ask again. Imma help out. Let's see, Preston, your phone or computer, both. So, Preston, whenever I try to stream from my phone, the one thing I do is that click the plus button as if you're going to upload a video or anything. But hold on, let me see something. Yeah, so like if you're on your phone, you probably had a you probably have seen that plus button as where it says where you can actually upload a video. If you're on your phone and you hit that button, you should be able to just scroll over to uh, you should be able to scroll over to the right, and then you should see the live button, and then it should say live, but you have to click into the actual where it would be the title. You have to click into that, and then do then you have to do the special, like, how you want to rate this video in terms of, like, is this made for kids? Do you wanna you don't have monetization yet, but, yeah, it's just stuff like that. You can do that, and then you should be able to go live. That would be my assumption, but if there's something besides that, then I may not know off the top of my head just because I'm not looking directly at your phone or your computer. Ozzy, you could not write your question in one piece. Okay, I gotcha. Okay. No, if you do have the question, I will help out because I saw something about Dunlop. I will help out as much as I can. Let's see. Ceiling fan, just like Danny, played an orchestra. They're playing first violin. You're a concert master this year. Okay, very nice. You're Danny's third chair cello in your university's top orchestra. Very cool. We got some musicians in the house, just like myself. I never did orchestra, but I played the saxophone. I was in my school's jazz band and other types of bands throughout high school. I know it does not compete or it does not hold the same thing as orchestra. So but I'm a musician too, guys. This is pretty cool. Just a bunch of musicians hanging out in this stream. Yeah, you got to play Beethoven's Fifth Symphony this year. Very cool. Preston, you just gotta wait a day or two. Nice. Okay. Nice, man. Tony, what's up, man? How are you doing? Thanks for being here. Let's see. Let's see. You play it last year was amazing. Okay. Danny, yeah, the second movie was crazy, and the fourth is amazing. Very nice. So, ceiling fan right now for your violin class, which orchestra? We are playing a song named The Blacksmith. Interesting. Bozio. So, where can I send my question in one piece? Bozio, just send it into whatever chat you are in right now. Just do that. That'll probably make it the easiest for you. It'll probably make it the easiest for everyone. Just wherever you want to send the question, send it, bro. Danny, what where else am I live? So, Danny, what originally happened with this live stream was we were going good. We were going great. We were all having a great time in the live stream. And then my phone so the live stream you're watching, Danny, got interrupted. And while I put my phone on the charger, I started another stream, which is the exact one you're watching, but it's just on my computer. So that way I can like at least get something back up and running real quick. But then when my phone came back on from being dead, I opened YouTube to try and see if I could, like, save the library, if it's saved, and then YouTube said, "Hey, your stream got interrupted. Do you want to resume from where you were?" And I was like, "Yes, I very much do." So, that's what this live stream is that you're watching, Danny. The other live stream is on my computer. It's still on my same YouTube channel, and because I don't stream anywhere else right now, but that is where the other stream is that Bozzio originally asked his question in. So now he's just trying to figure out how best to send the question. But yeah, that's what's going on. All right, cool. So if I, you forgot the composers, but the first one is Samuel. Interesting. Let's see. Danny, have I ever played Dark Souls? You recently beat 1, 2, and 3. So I've never played Dark Souls. I have many, many friends that have played Dark Souls, but I personally have not. I know about Dark Souls and I know how hard Dark Souls is, but I've never actually played it myself. So, if what would be my ideal tennis themed superpower? Hmm. Ideal tennis themed superpower. Hmm. My ideal superpower would probably have to be, uh, it would probably have to be super speed, just so that way I can get to every ball and I can always put myself into the correct position. That's probably what I would say. If we're going like superpowers that are already exist and are not made specifically for tennis. Danny, bro, it's so worth it. Genuine video game art. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Dan, for you, oh no. See if I could play a match against any tennis player, past or present, who would it be and why? I'd probably want to play against weird answer to the question, but it's my answer would probably be Fabio Fognini, just because he's my favorite tennis player. So I would just want to play against him, just because I think it would be fun. Danny, for you, would be Elastigirl type arms. That would be OP. Interesting. Bonzo, you have a limited number of letters. One in the message. You can't send two. You have no idea why. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to either, Bodzio. Bodzio, if for some reason the if for some reason you're having a character limit, then if anything, just email me the question. I may not see it right away, but just email it to me, and then I can answer it from there. And if you do it like quickly, I might be able to answer it here on the live. And then that way we can just, like, talk about it through the we can talk about the main question through the email, and then if we talk about it here on the I at least see the question and can always refer back to it, and then we can just talk through the chat if you're cool with doing that. Scott, are those 3D glasses? Nah, man. These glasses just help me sleep, that's it. Tony, correct answer, speed. Very nice. Baba Booey, what's up? How are you, dude? It's been a while since I've seen you. See, what's that one guy that used to get really mad and threw fits so bad they banned him? That's who you'd play. I don't know if they banned him, but you might be talking about John McEnroe. He's the guy that would always be playing Tennessee and he'd go, "Are you serious? Or are you kidding me?" He was known for his temper, so that might be who you're thinking about, Baba Booey. You cannot be serious. Bonzio, my email is here. Do you have something to, like, write it down or anything, Bonzio? Because this is the email I made almost, like, specifically for this channel or anything like that. Scott McEnroe, yeah. Hey, bro, are those superpower glasses that help you see through things? Cool glasses. Tell us all about them. Again, I know, right, Tony? Just you gotta just stamp your bingo card. Nope, someone asked about the glasses. Ceiling fan. Do I prefer to play singles or doubles and why? Okay. Bonzio, email is Brody Taylor 2020 at outlook.com. That should be exactly what it is. I'm going to check to make sure just because you don't need to be sending random emails into the ether, but it should just be Brody Taylor 2020 at outlook.com. That should just be it. Outlook is loading. It's figuring out if it wants to work. But yeah, we should. Yeah, it's exactly what I said. Cool. Do I prefer singles or doubles and why? I prefer singles. I like I like whether I win or whether I lose to be all based off my own effort. I don't necessarily like I don't necessarily like all the time having the doubles partner in terms of if they mess up, then we still lose the point. I prefer it just to be if I mess up, I mess up and it's on me. But that's why I like singles a little bit better. Let's There you go, Bodzio. Scott, the scoring system seems overly difficult. It's not. As soon as you figure it out, it's actually pretty simple. So what was the most satisfying shot to hit in tennis? It's probably an a service ace. That's probably what I'd say is the most satisfying just because your serve was so good that they could not touch the ball. They could not hit it. And I think that for a lot of people would be very satisfying. Tessera, day 3 of asking Brody to juggle, and day 3 of it not happening. So sorry. Babu, you don't even dude, I don't even know why I'm even here, to be honest. I've never played tennis a day in my life. That's crazy, but that's crazy, dude. I guess you're just hanging out I guess you're just hanging out to be around me and all the cool people in chat. That may be what's going on, man. And if that's the case, that's cool, that's fine. Would love to have you. So, then what do I think is the most difficult part of playing tennis for a beginner? That, I think, is probably just understanding how to hit the ball, because a lot of beginners, they're trying, especially if they played other sports, they try and play tennis like they do their other sports, and they swing the racket and like they're trying to say swing a baseball bat, and so they're coming at the ball almost completely flat or just, like, straight on, or they're coming at it to try and, like, hit a home run, and the racket face is open, so it just goes sailing and flying off them. So, how to properly hit the ball, I'd say, is probably the most difficult part of playing tennis for a beginner, just because you're not used to it, so it's going to be like, there is no one that avoids being bad at tennis when they first start. It is almost a non-negotiable. You will suck. And even later on after you've been playing for years, you will still suck at some things. It just happens. So, yeah, you just gotta be like, "Alright, I sucked tonight, but I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna play more, and we'll go from there." Cool. Cat, it looks like a mosquito killer. I mean, it can be used to kill mosquitoes if they don't fit through the holes in the tennis racket. Tell you you're gonna need my address and cell phone number as well. Those I'm not going to give out here on a live stream, Tony, so sorry to tell you, but you might get one of those when we ever go play tennis. Ramune, what's up? How are you doing? Thank you for coming back. Raja, hello. First time in the stream, what do we do in the stream? So, with this being your first time, what we do here in the stream is I'm here to predominantly answer any tennis gear related questions that any people may have. That's kind of my area of expertise. And the thing is, the tennis talk almost always subsides at some point during the lives, and we all just kind of like hang out, talk about whatever. And that's about it. Nothing too much else. This is our little cozy corner of the internet. So yeah, that's pretty much what we do, man. Ozzy, you sent it. Cool. I will look for that here in a second. So, can players be penalized for specific behaviors on the court? Yes. If they are abusing the racket to where, like, they're smashing on the ground, they can get penalized. If they are swearing extremely loud, or if they're swearing at people, it they can get then they can get penalized. Or if they start, like, breaking things or being, like, completely rude or anything, then yes, they can get penalized. Let's see. Inbox. Okay, Bazio, I have it. Cool. So your question is, because you've been since I'll just read it. Are you okay with me reading the whole thing, Bazio? I would assume you were because you were gonna chat about it, but I just want to make sure that I can read everything in this email before I just read it out loud. Let's oop, hold on. Eh, what's happening? There we go. Cool. Justin, good night, bro. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming back after the stream abruptly ended the last time. Mayhawk, welcome back. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see. Zion, what's up, man? How are you doing? I'm doing good, man. What's going on? Jose, do you like and recommend Radical MP 2023? I like it. I would say it's fine. If you just want a racket or anything, then if you since you probably can get it on sale because Black Friday probably just ended, but Cyber Monday was yesterday, so if you can get it on sale and you like the racket, sure. But if you've never played with it, I would see if you could demo it or demo something similar to it. So basically just kinda like the new Radicals, see if you could demo those because 'cause they're very similar in my opinion, but Radical does fine. A lot of people don't use it as much anymore because 'cause they're using, say, something like the Blade or it's like a Whiteout 305 or the T-Fight or the EZO 98, but Radical still does quite well. Uh, Mayhawk, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Tony, we're gonna play tennis because I'm gonna fly there for free and play with you. But if I wanted to send you a Christmas present, send a natural gut or some floor line or something, then how can I? I don't know. We would probably have to, we'd probably have to confer about that outside Tony, because like I said, my address is not getting, leaked in a YouTube chat. I'm sorry to say, but I don't I appreciate the thought, but I do not need a Christmas gift, Tony, especially if you're trying to gift me natural gut. I got some natural gut. I'll be fine. Please, don't spend money on me. Don't spend natural gut money on me, Tony. Mayhawk, you're good, very nice, glad to hear it. So then how does the court surface affect the game? The court surface affects the game, so there's basically 3 different court surfaces, ceiling fan. There's hard court, which is more common here in America, that's kind of what most people grow up playing on here. It is hard court because it's traditionally concrete. Sometimes it's asphalt or anything, but it all works out and all that. So that court surface tends to be very fast. So the ball, when it bounces, uh, when the ball bounces, it tends to skid and just kind of like shoot forward very quickly. So that is what hard courts can do. And there's clay courts. So the clay, because the clay is softer, the ball when it lands, it slows the ball down as the ball is hit and it hits the clay, but it makes spin or uh, when the ball hits the court by using the spin, it just enhances it and increases it even more. So, like, if if you were to hit a ball on a hard court, you hit the ball, this magnet will be the ball, hit the ball, okay, ball with spin goes up to about here. On a clay court, hit the same ball goes up to about here. So it's very, very different. So clay court, much better for players that want to use a lot of spin. Hard court, a lot more for players that want to hit flat and just kinda like drive the ball. And then there's grass. Grass is even faster and even more slick than hard courts. So they all do different things. They all do very different things, and they all play differently, and they all feel differently. So, yes, court surface affects the game very much. Some people are much better playing on clay, some people are much better playing on hard courts, some people are much better playing on grass. I don't know too many people that are much better playing on grass because that's the hardest one to find, at least in my experience, but yeah, it's interesting, man. It can the court surface changes the game a lot. Zion just having an ankle issue after having a coaching in games on last Monday. Oh, that sucks, man. That's I'm sorry to hear you're having an ankle issue. That's never fun. How do I find the Percept, by the way? Which one do I prefer? I like the Percept, I really do, Zion. I prefer the Percept 100D. That's the one I got right here with me. I am very, very cool. I very much like it. I had a great time with it. I did have to customize a little bit because I felt the normal version of it was not as stable as I wanted. So I did a little bit of customization by putting some lead tape on there. Worked out pretty good. But yeah, I like the Percepts. I really do. So what's up? What's up again, William? How you doing? It's Mayhawk, and how's everyone at my house? Uh, I would assume they're good. Haven't seen many of them recently. Well, I haven't seen many of them for that long to have an actual conversation with them, but yeah, they seem fine. They seem good. Uh, Jonathan, does the ceiling fan have a low air setting? I I don't know, dude. I don't think I've ever turned that one on. No, I've turned that one on once, and I have not turned it on since. Fazio, sure, okay, cool. Alright, so Fazio, your question is, you've been struggling with tennis elbow problems lately after playing with your 300-gram Dunlop FX 500. It's very stable, has a pretty good forehand, a great slice, and has average maneuverability on one-handed backhand. It's quite head heavy compared to, for example, the 305-gram tour version of many other models and handle balanced rackets. You recently asked about a racket good for one-handed backhand. I recommend Radical MP, which I tried, but it's also quite uncomfortable. A lot of vibration on the elbow and relatively little power. Could you or anyone else recommend another racket effective for one-handed backhand between 295 and 310 grams unstrung, but also comfortable in the hand and decent on the forehand, and as long as it doesn't clash? Regards, Bazio. Okay. So Bazio, if you're having that issue, then one racket I think you may want to look into if the radical is still a little bit too jarring for you, is then the, uh it is one you could do is the Slinko Blackout 305 V2. That reckon has foam in it, so it's designed to much more reduce the vibrations that you would typically feel coming from playing with the rackets. So that one maybe you wanna try, and since it's 98 head size, it is and a 305, it is also a little bit more handle weighted rather than some of the other 305s, which can be a little bit more almost towards evenly balanced. So that, I would say, would be one to demo if you can, just because just because the foam is gonna help you with that. Kind of the same idea for the Tecnifiber T-Fight 300S. That's their normal 98 head size, 300 grams unstrung. So a little bit lighter than the Slinko, but it still has foam in the racket to help decrease that shock and vibration. Biggest thing is you're just gonna have to get used to the handle shape and the pallet shape of that because it is more rectangular than any other grip you probably ever tried. So you could do that, and then besides that one, just to throw in a 3rd brand in there that may work out for you because it is a much more flexible racket, so it should be a little bit easier on you. You could do, say, the Gravity Tour. Yeah, the Gravity Tour, because that one is a much more flexible racket, so it's gonna absorb a little bit more of the shock and impact. before it gets back into your arm or your elbow, and then you have 3 rackets there to try that should be very different feeling and should give you quite a variety of rackets in order to see what's actually going on. So that those are the 3 I would probably say to look into, though, and then if you can demo them, by all means, please demo them and let me know what you think, just because we're trying to also prevent tennis elbow as much as possible here, especially with a one-handed backhand. That is going to be that is going to be really what, is the big thing, is to make sure that does not flare up again. So those are the 3 I would probably look towards, especially staying around 98 head size, being a little bit more one-handed backhand friendly, and just other stuff like that. So, those are the 3 I would probably recommend to try. If you don't have if you and then try those, let me know what you think, and if that's still then we can go back to the drawing board, and I'll be happy to help out. Hope that helps, buddy. Mayhawk, you were going to ask a you were going to ask a question, but then you deleted your message. Don't think I didn't see it. Let's see. What is the question? Do I have a girlfriend? Yes or no? I do not have a girlfriend. I am single as can be. Alright. Tony, dude, you have to allow your fans to give you things. And I could find all of your info, which I won't. You have family members with interesting jobs, but okay, no presents for you. Yeah, Tony. It's all good, buddy. And I and yeah, most people can I have no doubt you could probably find my information very, very, like, easily just because with how much I've posted on YouTube or anything, I've probably made something that said where I've worked or that said where close to where I live or whatever, or you could just use, like, context clues to figure it out, but yeah. There was one guy, I think his name was Steven. He actually showed up at my work because he was a fan of the channel. He just was driving through and happened to realize, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna be driving past where Brody works." And so he just stopped into the store and decided to be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I was like, "Hi, how are you?" And then my friends that were working with me, they were just like, "There's no way this is happening right now." I was like, "It just did." I was like, "Okay." But then me and Steven, we got some pictures together. We got a few pictures together. We were having a good time, and yeah, man, it was an interesting experience. So if it to me, it feels like it's fun, man. Mayhawk, I'm 24. I don't look 24, but I am 20, surprisingly. Have I ever played on grass? You've never seen one in Indonesia? I personally have not played on grass. I would like to play on grass. I think that'd be cool, but there's not many grass courts here in the US that I know of. Alright, so this is not me ending the stream, this is just going to be a preface. It is 12:31 AM my time. So, we are going to go until 12:45. We're going to go till 12:45 AM, and then I'm going to end the stream there because I need to go to bed since I have to go to work tomorrow, since we are that far behind, and I'm going to help out. So 12:45, that'll be around the cutoff, and we will go from there. So because of that, here's co-host Kirby. He's making his appearance. For everyone that knows co-host Kirby, he says hello. If you do not know co-host Kirby, he's my co-host. He does decide to show up, just talk with everything, talk with everyone. He likes hanging out. So yeah, this is co-host Kirby. We got about 13 minutes. So if you got any more questions, please by all means, Ask away. I'll help out as much as I can in those 13 minutes. Uh-huh. Very nice. I mean, I definitely do not look young, so I don't know where that one's coming from, but interesting, okay. Let's see. Say Percent 100 or Radical MP. I personally I'm the one playing. I 100. However, if you want more help, the Radical MP would be the one to go with because it's a smaller head size. Versus 100 is gonna be a little bit more powerful, spin friendly, but if you want the Ragged to help you with, I'd say. Yeah. Then, yeah, a short video talking about the Percept, not a whole review. Kinda interested with some rackets, and Percept was one that has the power on it compared to T-Fight. T-Fight has more power. Like, that is not a that is T-Fight definitely has more power. It's just designed to be a more powerful racket just because of the beam, pretty much. That's been my experience with it, but yeah. Zion, I have a review of the Percept 100D on my channel. I did it, over a year ago, or yeah, I did it over a year ago, I wanna say. So, if you look at my channel, there's a playlist that says, "Tennis Racket Reviews." It's in there if you don't wanna go scrolling through all of my videos. So just find that playlist. It should be towards the bottom of the homepage of the channel, and then you should be able to pull it up real quick and then just see my thoughts on Percept 100D. I don't think I've reviewed any of the other Percepts on there yet, though. Tell me why. Giant Monk, what's poppin', bro? How we doing? Binge, I do play video games. I'm a very big video game fan. Music, what's up? What am I a one-hander or a two-hander? I'm 2. That is what I grew up playing with. You think that's cool as long as they're not weirdos? Yeah, appreciate that. Cotton, Curbster, you're getting recognized. LaRon? Aaron? LaRon? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but, you want to mired? What does that mean? My name is Brody. Casey, no, I do not like pickles. I have never eaten a pickle, so I do not like LaRon Taylor, welcome. America, France, welcome. Okay. Jessica, if I married your partner, the name would be Taylor Taylor. Interesting. I see that. We'll check on the video about the Percept then. Gotta go now. Thanks a bunch. Dang, you are way younger than you look. Looking good, by the way. See you. Well, thanks, Zion. Zion, how old did you think I was? Be honest. Handle it. I've probably been called worse than what you thought. Be honest. Tell me how old. Laurent, the future best. Interesting. Ramune, what's up? How you doing? How you been? I know you've been here for a bit, but how you Laurent, you just said thank you, okay. Jose, popped over to the other one, alright. Yep, you popped over to the other one. Boom MP. Yeah, I like it's fun. To me, the Boom MP is, like, a more powerful, Blade 100. That's kind of that's kind of where I would fall, but it's also a little bit easier on the arm. Mayhawk, is there anyone here? You can't see anyone's messages. So, Mayhawk, you're on the live stream that is on my computer. I'm also live streaming, horizontally, no, vertically on my phone. So that's where most of the other people are. This stream is only happening because my phone originally died right in the middle of my stream on my phone. So I turned this one on just to see what would happen and to have something going, but then I was able to restart my one that was on my phone. So now I just have both going, and that's why you're not seeing too many of the comments because most people that are commenting are in the excuse me, are in the stream on my phone, not this one here on the computer, which you're in. So that's why you're not seeing any comments, but that's where I keep, like, talking about different things because they're all commenting in the other one. Let's see. William, what's up? You subscribed. Thank you, I appreciate it. Helps a lot. Walker, thanks for the compliment. Gone. I don't know what that means. Zion, well, to be honest, something around 28 at least looks normal to you. Interesting. Yeah, 27 to 30 is what you thought at first, to be honest. Ver Hey, you're not the, farthest off I've ever gotten. There was one guy that came he came into the store I was working at, and my beard was even bushier, it was, like, down to here on me because I just let it grow out because I was like, "I've never seen how long I can let this beard go for." So I did, and when I did that, he came into the store, and he was talking to me, and I was like, "Okay." And then he asked me how old I was, and I was like, "You really wanna play this game?" He's like, "Sure, why not?" And so I was like, "Take your wildest guess." He's like, "Uh," and true thing, he said 40, and I was just like, "Oh, buddy, I'm not 40." At the time, I was 19, so I was like, "Dang, that was crazy for me." Hey, Laurent Laurent girls and me? I don't know what that means, okay. So you want to get the Boom MP Arthur Ashe edition? It looks sick, it really does, but if you've never played with the Boom MP, I wouldn't just buy it just to buy it. Arup, what's up? Welcome back. Let's see. Zion, really? 40? Well, that's kind of far off. I know, right? That's why I was so shocked too. William, 19 to 40 is insane. How old was the person guessing? They were probably in their 30s, I would think. So, I don't know. I guess my, 19-year-old self with the giant bushy beard, the hair that's about the same length as it is now, and I don't know, I was probably wearing, like, a bow tie because it was probably on a Tuesday or something at that point, but yeah, I got 40 and I was like, "Alright." That's the new record. And then we both myself and the guy, we just kinda laughed at. We just Moon egg, you're just smiling. Phase, I don't even know what a failed house DJ means or looks like, so couldn't tell you, dude. It's cold. That's why I'm in my jacket. Binge, do you have different colored tint glasses? Nah, these ones are just specifically to block the blue light that's coming off my computer and my phone, so that way when I jump into that bed, I can just go to sleep a lot easier. And that's about it, man. Yeah, you understood, it's okay, then you asked why you're not able to see anyone's messages. It's all good, ma it's all good, Mayhawk. Is that indeed probably caused by the beard or the tone of your voice, but it's all good, man. Yeah, it's all good. Let's see. Deep, yeah. Zion, see you, Coach Kirby. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Say goodbye, Kirby. Zion's going to bed, which we will be following suit here shortly. All right. I got one final question from Arup. Then with that, we will be calling it a night because it is 12:45. So, Arup, what we got? Gravity Tour 98 versus Gravity Pro. You choose Gravity Pro. Gravity Tour 98 balls are sailing out 70% of the time, so you choose Strike 18/20, Easy on 98, T535S, Extreme Pro as your next racket. So, Arup, here's the thing. If the Gravity Tour 98 and the balls were sailing, don't even look at the ease. That's not going to help you. The balls are going to be sailing out more than 70% of the time because that's the power racket, and it is going to be much, much harder for you to actually control the ball since you have the 60/19 pattern, just like in the Gravity Tour. So that one you can essentially just like cross out. So at this point, worth looking at worth looking at the Strike 98 18/20 or the T-Fi 305S. So with that, uh, let's see. Between the Strike 18/20 and the T-Fi 305S, the one that is probably going to be the most similar to the Gravity Tour, the Gravity Pro that you're using, Aru, that is probably going to be arguably the Strike 98 18/20, just because I think the Strike beam is slightly thinner than the beam of the T-Fight. So, if you wanna go for what I would say is probably the most similar racket, but not as heavy as the Gravity Pro that you're using, then I'd probably go with the Strike 18/20, but, if not, if you wanna go slightly different, you want a little bit more help with spin and a little bit more help with power, then you go the T-Fi 305S, not only because of the string pattern being 18/19, however, they but also because you have the you have the beam width of the racket being a little bit more round, so it's a little bit more powerful, even though it is a control racket. So that's what I would say. If you wanna go most similar, Arup, to your Gravity Pro that you're using, then I would probably lean towards the Strike 98 18/20. If you want a little bit more help from the racket and a little bit more power and a little bit more spin, but not as much as, say, like Gravity Tour, then I would go towards the T-Fi 305S. Now, here's the thing, you better demo both of them because those are 2 very different rackets, and you do not wanna get stuck with one of those if they absolutely make your game even worse. So, please, 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 Arup, demo those rackets if you can. That is going to be the best way for you to know if that works, and that being said, I do hope that my very brief explanation did help because that's probably almost where we're gonna end it. So, let me know how it goes, sir. Let me know what you thought, and you'll have to let me know what happens in another live stream. Alright, finish off these comments, and then I'm going to bed, and the stream shall end. So, let's see. What see you, man. Have fun with your errand. Binge, good night. Good night for me and Kirby. Thank you. Binge, don't speak for me. I have not watched soccer, so I do not have an opinion on soccer players and who's better than the other. So, false. Johnny Diesel. We better see a cute little redhead sitting next to me next time telling us what a great tennis guru I am. Go get you one. That's that's a crazy thing to say, Tony. I don't know. We'll get a girlfriend at some point. We'll see. Mayhawk, bro, bye. Take care. Have a nice day. You have a nice day as well, Mayhawk. Let's see. Arup, thank you. I'll definitely inform. You also bought A6 Resolution 10 after my suggestion. Okay. Have you got to wear them around yet or playing them? What have you been thinking about them so far, Arup? Have a good night. Have a good night. Let's see. Fish, did I get that hoodie from Dunham's? Yes, I did for like $15. It was much earlier this year. Let's see. Well played. Just tuning in. What's the theme here? Just well played. The thing is, the theme here is typically about tennis gear, so like tennis rackets, shoes, strings, anything like that. That's kind of like my little area of expertise. That's what my whole entire channel is about. However, usually what happens in the live streams, we all just kind of hang out, talk about whatever, have fun. We don't necessarily always get to talking about tennis just because some people don't have tennis questions, some people are tennis players, and yeah, so that's what is typically happening. However, it is 12:50 AM where I live, and I have to work in the morning, so the stream here is gonna be ending when I get to the bottom of these comments, and that's gonna be pretty soon because I need I need to sleep. That would be very beneficial. So, that's what's going on here, man. That's mainly what we got. And alright. Tony, okay, blonde, brunette, whatever. We'll see about me getting that girlfriend, Tony. We'll work on it. Good night, man. Unknown user, favorite movie, Here's Dirty Dancing. My favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption. That is my favorite movie for quite a while. Alright, group, we'll end it with you. Not yet. The shoes are in transit. After 1 week of play, you'll send feedback. Uh, good night, bro. Okay. Arup, before you even wear them on court, wear them in the house for at least an hour. Shoes are going to fit very differently. So wear 'em in the house for an hour before you get them on court. Just make sure that everything feels good. If they do feel good, great. You should be fine to play. You should be fine to play in them. If not, and something goes wrong, then by all means, send it back. The Geo Resolution 10, like I probably mentioned last time, there's weird sizing and there's weird fits. So just wear them in the house before you play in them or wear them outside. So that way, in case for some reason the fit doesn't work, you still have the option to return them. So, Roop, I really hope you were here to hear that, especially because I don't want you to get stuck with them if you don't like them. So, really hope you and take it and actually follow the advice. Really hope you do. Mayhawk? There there's 2? That's crazy. There's another one? Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. But I'm so sorry you're just joining me and Coach Kirby now. You're just joining us at where we're about to go. So, all I can say is thanks for showing up when you did. Hopefully, come back to another stream. Myself and co-host Kirby, we would appreciate it. Yeah, that's that's gonna be it. I've made it to the end of chat, and I need to go to bed. So, with that being said, thank you everyone that is here, everyone that has been here. It means a lot to me that you took the time out of your day to be here with me and just kinda, like, hang out and talk about whatever, and I really appreciate it. I really do. So, that being said, thank you all again, and as always, take care. I'm gonna end this stream first, then this one.